everybody. It's about 1 in the morning and I'm wide awake, and I go back to work tomorrow at 8 a.m. Anyways, this video was going to be like 3 separate videos, and I decided that I could probably edit it down a little bit better and make it into like a vlog, like a day with me. So yeah, I bought a training fork, which I've been wanting to use on Avalon for quite a while, but I had one that just, the rings were too small that the reins wouldn't fit through, and you had to take apart the entire training fork just to attach it to your saddle. And I'm not going to take that on and off and take apart the entire thing every single time that I want to ride her. That's ridiculous. So I waited till I found one with a clip on it, and I started riding her around the block, and she kind of threw out a few little bucks, so I decided it's time to go back to the ground because it's the first time I'm using it on her. But I did wait till she softened before I took her back to the ground pen. I want to clarify that I didn't get off when she bucked. We continued to work and wait until she softened up a little bit, and then I took her back to the ground pen. I think the main reason like she throws her head and goes super fast and all that is because she doesn't have the top line and muscle to not do that, to keep her head balanced and have a nice easy pace and have a nice good stop. So we're gonna start doing this groundwork session a couple times a week and possibly adding in riding. I might just do where 1 week I just do groundwork with her with it, and then the next week I do riding. Haven't decided yet. And then I decided to try it on Kamani, because when I go to turn barrels with Kamani, it's nothing but a fight. She'll drop her shoulder to the barrel, as you guys will get to see, and then she'll like lean her opposite shoulder out towards the outside and lean out at the same time. So she kind of gets like this hopping kind of motion and really slows down, drops her pace, gets on the wrong lead, and then when you ask her to turn, she'll bring her head in like she's gonna turn nice and soft, and then at the same time she's pulling against you. So this actually helped quite a bit with that. You'll see a few fails, but we made sure to end on a good quiet note. Yeah, definitely gonna keep them both in that for a while, get a good solid foundation where they're both responding to it really well, and then try without it. And then it was time for them to come off the pasture because it's like ankle high and it's all yellow. It's pretty much gone, and I decided to put them in the pony's old pasture because I want to see how they do in there. Do they try to break out? Things like that. The fencing's really good, all except for in one area. And that, in their 1 acre pasture, the fencing is all down, and we're waiting on a guy to come out and fix it. We've been waiting all summer for him to come out and fix it. So yeah, a few things today, and just decided to throw them all in so you guys will get to see when they go into the pasture. Alright, so I went and bought a training fork to try on Avalon, because when I tried to ask her for a head down to help her build the top line, that's when a lot of the head tossing and fighting happens. Also when asking her to slow down. But when I ride her, she has her head clear up in the air. So I'm hoping this training fork will help her keep her head where it's supposed to be so she can build some muscle without me having to pull on her a bunch. But I used to think she's stubborn, she's hot-headed, she's just a shithead, you know, all of that stuff. But coming to think about it, Kamani used to toss her head a lot. Kamani used to do that, and now she's got some muscle. She doesn't have a great top line, but she has muscle now. You can see it on her. Kamani looks way better than she did a year ago. And she runs with her head a lot lower willingly on a big loose rein. So I should have stepped back a long time ago and realized she doesn't have the muscle. She doesn't have the muscle to be doing these technical things that I asked her to do. So I'm going to ask her for a trot here. There. So see, she can still get her head up with it. It looks tight, but she can still get that head up. So even if I can't ride her for a while without a big fight and I have to get off and do this on the ground, I don't care as long as she gains muscle. You can see it's not forcing her head down. Her head's still up. But she can give if she wants to. So I'd like her to give. The minute she gives, I'll give her a little bit of break. Kind of show her what the right answer is. Good. Thank you. Don't want the canter yet. Alright, so she's not gibbing, so I'm going to ask her to change directions. Sometimes if you give them a chance for a little bit and they don't want to try, you can change their direction. Keep them in the same gait. But see how she's kind of got her mouth tight? She's clamping the bit and just raising her head and pulling through herself anyway. Just want her to drop her head a little bit. And this is what it's like riding her. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. Still pulling against herself. Whoa. I didn't want her to stop by Kamani, but she did give herself a little bit of relief there. So I'll let her stop and rest. Good. So you can see she's trying at the canter. But then she pops that head back up. Whoa. Good girl. She tried really nice that way. Send her out. Let her trot for a second. She did a little kind of hop there. But she is keeping her head nice right there. Woof. Yeah, she doesn't... Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't on her with that. Although I'm not afraid of the bucking, I just don't like it. So I'm just going to wait for her to slow her pace a little bit and try like she did the other way. Whoa. That was pretty good right there. She gave her a second or two. But you guys could see she did throw in a few little hops. Now, she did a bigger one than that when I was on her. But she's trying. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
That was a very energetic direction change. And I was just going to ask her to go back to the canter. Good girl. Whoa. Good. Now she's starting to try instead of fight. But she got it. Look at that nice slow canter. Pretty girl. Waiting for that head to drop a little bit. Whoa. Nice. We're going to end right there. Excuse the fan in the background. It's very hot in my room right now, so I got it on. So let's get on to Kamani's portion. So because I've never used a training fork, I started at a walk, and then we went to trot and canter and just kind of worked on bending her a little bit. And as you can see, she's a little confused, kind of going the wrong way, kind of leaning out as she goes. So wait till she softens and switch direction. You can see here how much she's leaning out when I'm trying to get her to turn. We worked on that for a little bit, went up to a trot, and you can see here, really nice trot, but she is kind of bending outwards instead of saying almost like a C shape. I'm not really caring where she's going as long as she's bending when I ask and staying in the pace that I ask. Since my two are so young and still needing muscle, when I ask for a circle, I don't really care how big it is or how small it is. You can see there how much she really came out of that turn when I was trying to get her to soften a little bit, how much she leaned out. So a lot of the times I'll just kind of let them pick how big or small they want to go. That was a little bit better there. She stayed more inwards. Really wide there. Slowed it down so you guys could see. She really goes wide, even though I'm kind of picking up that inside rein and asking her to close in a little bit. And let's just go around the barrels for right now. Nice stop there. A little bit of her sticking her lips out. Again, I think it's just a new pressure she's not used to. I love right here, nice and soft, and she leans out right here quite a lot, but I get her pushed back over and makes her a really nice turn here. She leaned out a little bit, but not as much as she was, so I'll take that. Can't be too nitpicky. I did leave in some fails. She has a lot of, she wants to turn in now, or she wants to go past it, so we had some problems. Really nice turn there, except she really swings that hip out wide and drops her pace, puts her on the wrong lead. Beautiful turn here, though. Nice and close to that barrel. So, see how she kind of does that little hopping motion, jumps around a little bit? It's because she's dropping in. I'm making her push over, and she's kind of fighting me a little bit. And she drops her pace a lot. But when we're actually running, she doesn't tend to drop her pace when the barrels are actually set up for the normal pattern. Beautiful turn there. Nice finish on that barrel. So here I'm just kind of putting her in a circle, picking a barrel, and picking a direction, whether it's the right direction or the wrong direction. Just kind of playing with my legs a little bit, seeing if I can get her to move in, move out, listen to me when I push you over, when I push you out, kind of thing. Trying to keep her in the canter, and you can see how much she's drifting in, out, dropping that pace, picking it up, really far out right there. So that's why we're working on this. We work a lot on this when we practice at home. You can see my leg being very active there, asking her to close in on that circle, and she still kept that wide. So when we do practice at home, we do a lot of this, just going around, whether it's the right way or the wrong way, and practicing her listening to my leg. And you can see here, she kind of just jerked against me a little bit and slowed down. So I pushed her back up and asked again, and that was much nicer, so I let her stop and relax. So that was good, but she came in a little too close, which made her drop her pace. Same thing there. And then that one, I asked her to kind of go a little bit wider out and use my leg, and she ignored me. So I turned her the opposite way after I backed her up, trotted her back to the front of the pasture, and retried. So she dropped her pace, but she picked it up. Again, it's a lot of her just listening to my leg. She needs to kind of move out when I ask her. Alright, my two are eager to get out of the round pen. They're officially off the fields until they grow a little bit more. So they're going to go in the ponies' old pasture because I wouldn't mind keeping them here in the winter and putting the ponies in with them in here. I think it's a big enough area for all four of them to run, play, and have shelter. So as you can see, their water's here filling. That little metal trough over there has hay in it. Right there has some hay in it. And then inside the barn there's a long trough that goes around the entire barn inside. So there's hay in this corner, and then a salt block on each side. So let's go turn these two in there. So now it's like a V shape. They can't get out. They can come straight through here. I'm going to open the round pen gate. And push them in. Right through. Come on, Av. Come on. And this is why I shut that gate. Come on. Okay, this panel's closed. They're over here eating weeds instead of in the barn eating hay. So I'm going to push them up. Come on. Why do you guys want weeds? Come on. Good, she's up there. Alright. I want them to find the hay. Kamani found a little pile. Okay, Avalon found the little pile. A little step closer, girls. There. They both found that. Good. Find the water trough. Kamani wouldn't go in, but Avalon did. Good. She found the hay. Great. Now maybe Kamani will go in there if I push her that way. Or she'll go by and run. Oh, Kamani found the water. Here comes Avalon. Can she find the trough? Yeah. Good. There. That's all I wanted right there. Just for her to know she can go in. I'd like her to find the food. There, she found the food. Good.